Hello, everyone. Everyone's favorite satanic senior citizen has once again made the headlines, this time for talking about how the current image of the modern metal musician doesn't correspond well with the music that they're making. I would tend to agree, aside from the fact that modern metal is overly gimped and should probably be performed by emaciated man children. But he does have a point. We don't have really a total package, and as he has stated in the interview, he has always looked the way he does. He will take that shit to the grave. He is a man of conviction, as shown by the fact that he killed himself in 2001 to align with his 33rd birthday. But what's especially alarming about this interview is that it took place at the exact same time as a social justice statement masquerading as a thought experiment, where they asked 100 morons that have no self preservation instinct whether or not they would want to be trapped in the woods alone with a member of DEICIDE or three current modern metal musicians. Now, I want to look at this objectively as much as I can, but in order to do that, we're going to have to get them both in the ring. So, in order to establish a tale of the tape between the two, we're going to have to assess the strengths and weaknesses of both parties. Representing DEICIDE, we have the man, that being Glenn Benton, and representing modern metal, we have the three boys of Tomb Mold. Now, the first thing you're going to want to think about is if you're trapped in the woods with either party, you're probably going to have to listen to the most recent recorded output of both. That's going to be enough to drive you to suicide, so you're not going to have much of the survival instinct anyway. But if you do, for some reason, want to continue to carry out your days after such an encounter, you have to remember that the boys can run up to 15 miles an hour, and they're going to chase you up a tree. The man, however, doesn't have the willpower to even try. He's probably just going to be a slovenly mess and give you the most half-baked attempt at trying to kill you. And his motives just aren't going to be there. His heart's not going to be in it, and it's just not going to happen. The most alarming thing about this thought experiment is that when the 100 morons were interviewed, they stated that they overwhelmingly would choose to rather be alone in the woods with the boys than the man. And the reason they did that is because they state that the man is unpredictable, whereas the boys can be reasoned with. Now, I don't know if I believe that. As far as predictability goes, the man here has chosen to put out the same record for about 30 years, each one with less and less effort into it. And the boys here have, well, I would say they're a little bit unpredictable, but their unpredictability is kind of predictable. A lot of modern metal bands are choosing to go along with the same kind of career arc as Death did, where they start out with simple death metal and slowly introduce more and more notey and spacey elements to appear progressive. So, as much as those kind of things would surprise a listener that's not well seasoned with metal, I would say that both of these two are predictable in their own way. Another reason that the morons gave for the choice is that they stated that the boys here, if they run into you in the woods, are just going to kill you and be done with it. And they have no idea what kind of things are going to be going through this guy's mind if he were to run into you. A lot of them are fates worse than death. I don't know if I believe that. I just think that both of these guys don't have the capacity to do anything to anyone because of the amount of effort it would take in either one. These guys don't have the necessary calories and muscle mass to do anything evil, and this guy has been asleep for decades. So I don't know. I think both of them are kind of a safe bet. The reason that this thought experiment has ruffled so many feathers is that a lot of people think that the morons made a very disingenuous choice, and that when weighing the two options, it's pretty clear that anyone that's rational would rather be stuck in the woods with a man than three boys. Now, for the morons though, when they hear people talking about whether or not they have made the right choice, they claim that that rationale is the reason why the morons chose the boys. So maybe we should just stay out of this argument because the whole thing is fucking stupid. So as far as thought experiments go, I would say this was a colossal waste of time. The morons that were interviewed didn't learn anything. The people trying to understand the morons that were interviewed didn't learn anything. And I think we could all agree that this was just a huge waste of energy. We should view it as we do anything else, as just simple entertainment as we get dumber and fucking dumber. Thanks.